my shadows fall. Morgana whispers secrets as night calls. She's got a heart heavy of love that transcends, but time is a thief and hope might just bend. In dreams she will wander through the silent haze to pull them from slumber, to break through the maze. So wake up, take on you, break free from the chains, let the light shine bright. Is still so powerful, it's destined and true. Echoes of laughter, now lost in the void, where memories linger and lost and destroyed. She reaches for shade, but his eyes are so cold. A warrior's heart turned to ashes and gold. But she'll fight through the shadows with magic untold, to shatter the silence, to make it be whole. So wake up, take on you, break free from the chains, let the light shine bright. You don't walk for the darkness, she's searching for you. Love just not so powerful, it's destined and true. From the depths of the darkness, her heart lights the way, for its ancient magic can conquer the grave.
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
Red Leader, this is Base 1. Man your ships. And may the Force be with you.
Alright, welcome back to another D&D movie time for Star Wars month. We are on episode 6, Return of the Jedi. In the last one, the Empire struck back, but not very good, because, like, the Rebels had bases, but they were always on the move, and the Empire destroying, like, their little base on Hoth was, like, destroying nothing, because it was just a temporary stop anyway. It wasn't like they were going to live there for, like, ever. But the Rebels got away. And they were too busy chasing after the Falcon. And I know that's because, you know, we need a story, but still, like I said, a lot of people in the last one, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but a lot of people always said, oh, that one was the best because the Empire actually wins for once. It's like, did they win? They captured Han Solo. Out of all of that, everyone who died, they killed maybe a handful of rebels and captured Han Solo. So,
I caught that cap.
but anyways, as we are moving on, we are obviously going to be going to rescue Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt, who you saw, Cora, in episode 4. And you also saw him for a brief moment in episode 1. He's the big slug-looking guy. But yep, and that's, we still got the whole thing with Vader, and so all right. With that said, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We'll be back after we're done watching the movie.
Bye.
Force is strong in my men. Father. I am. You have that power too.
The Emperor's made a critical error and the time for our attack has come.
Do not underestimate the powers of the Emperor. Or suffer your father's fate. You will.
Mark walls, attack positions.
May the Force be with us. Welcome, young Skywalker. I have been expecting you. Your skills are complete.
Alright, so we just finished Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Cora, what was this movie about?
So basically we kind of pick off where we left off. Luke and everybody else are saving, what's his name again?
Han.
No, his last name.
Solo.
And then basically after saving Solo, Luke goes to finish his training, but unfortunately Luke is dying.
Luke is dying.
I know, not Luke, I meant Yoda.
Okay.
Cut. Okay. I'm trying to think you.
Did Yoda reveal any secrets?
Yeah. and Luke finds out that Layla is his twin sister. His twin sister. And I'm thinking here. So then basically, Luke gets back with the others. So Luke gets back with the others, and while Luke goes off to get Darth Vader, the others are trying to
Lower the shields.
lower the shield for the Death Star. Also, by the way, the building is Death Star.
And who's on the Death Star?
The Emperor
Oh,
and Darth Vader.
well, the Emperor.
And Darth Vader.
Actually, at this point where you are, you're saying he's on the planet, on the moon.
Oh.
You said he's going to get Luke.
I'm
Anyways,
pretty sure Luke's going to get him, but yeah, sure. You can say that.
continue on.
And then basically, after some drama,
Does the rebels, do they meet anybody on the planet?
basically like
The Ewoks?
basically like the Ewoks.
They
but
aren't
smaller.
basically like the Ewoks, they are the Ewoks.
No, I was talking about I'm talking about like Trumpy, whatever his name is.
Yes,
The
they're
tall one.
Ewoks. They're bears, little bears.
Yeah, I'm talking about the tall one.
Chewbacca?
Yeah, the Chewbacca. The Chewbacca's are basically like the Ewoks.
No,
Thank you for.
totally different races.
Yeah.
Chewbacca's a Wookiee. They are Ewoks. And the main Ewok that we met is Wicket.
Wait, they have names?
Yes, they have names.
I mean, I knew they have names, but they actually have names.
Yes. And the actor who was playing Wicket was
Wait, they have actors playing them?
yes. The guy who played Leprechaun, Willow, Warwick Davis,
Bruh.
he was playing Wicket.
But I just thought that they animated the Ewoks.
No.
I'm okay.
Anyways, so while the rebels and the Ewoks are attacking the base, what's Vader and Luke doing?
Fighting with lightsabers.
How'd you like that?
God.
You gonna expand on it, or are you gonna say who won?
Okay, then basically after the whole battle, Darth Vader throws the Emperor off a cliff, not a cliff, up into a power plant, whatever, something.
Down a shaft,
Down a shaft, power plant, basically the same thing.
much
Not.
like how Darth Maul fell down a shaft in Episode 1.
Yeah, and then Darth Vader turns in onto the good side, and then he finally dies. Yeah.
Let me look at you with my own eyes.
I gotta admit, they had to have like a completely different actor, or they just put too much makeup when they show Darth Vader's actual face, aka Anakin's burnt, rehealed face.
Yes, well, that was a different actor because the other actor wasn't born yet. Cora, these four, or these three, 4, 5, and 6, came out years before the prequels, 1, 2, and 3. If I had you watch it the way they were actually released, we would have watched 4, 5, and 6 first, then 1, 2, and 3, and then 7, 8, 9.
Wait, so 1, 2, and 3 weren't actually made? Huh? Wait, they were...
They were not...
Then why was the other... Why were 4, 5, and 6 named episode... Well, 4, 5, and 6...
Because George Lucas had always planned to make more, and he wanted to go back and tell the first 3 stories. And there was a long period where people thought he was never going to do it.
So why did he need to do it in the first place?
Because he wanted the technology to be better. So he could do more with it. And finally, in the late 90s, that's when he decided to do it. These came out in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s.
This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
And for a while, we were promised 9 movies, 3 that we got, then 3 that would come before, and then 3 that would come after. Now, according to other people, supposedly there was only ever going to be 6. Maybe George Lucas at one point might have said that because he got too lazy and didn't want to make any more. But eventually Disney came along and said, well, let us make them. And finally George Lucas caved, and, you know, that's how we got the sequels, which we'll be diving into in the future.
I hope that they're actually good.
Well,
unlike what Disney's making nowadays. Snowy.
Anyways, so do they manage to destroy the Death Star?
Yes.
And we get a celebration. Your grandpa, he hates the end celebration song. He misses the original song, which was called Yub Nub. I'll show you that after.
Was that what the Ewoks were saying?
Yeah, kinda. But, alright, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will give our final thoughts and scores.
See you in a bit. Bye.
In the shadowed night beneath the moon's cold gaze, darkness whispers tales of ancient broken ways. The North Pole shivers, hearts entwined in fear, as whispers of betrayal echo loud and near. Brave souls abandoned the glittering light, as the battle rages on in eternal night. We rise from the ashes, hold on to our light. Through shadows that linger, we'll conquer the night. From pain and betrayal, a new dawn shall bloom. Together we'll fight, break free from bad control. She stands strong, with memories in his clutch. Former centers guide him, their spirits all touch. But in the chaos, our heroes From the ashes, hold on to life. Through shadows that linger, we'll conquer the night. From pain and betrayal, the new dawn shall move. Together we'll fight, fight, free from purgatory. But the darkness has claimed what was once full of cheer. As the echoes of Christmas fade, we still persevere.
The following trailer contains some spoilers for books 1 through 5.
The North Pole has fallen. The Guardian is in a coma. The light is hidden away. While the darkness feeds, and the forces of evil gain a foothold, slowly sapping all the good and magic from the world. Now, what remains of the side of good takes refuge in the only place left to them. Can the current Santa be saved? Can the side of light face off with darkness? Or will the earth be destroyed? Find out in this epic conclusion, The Guardian of Light. Book 6, The Dark War.
Alright, Cora, starting with you. Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. What would you give this?
10 out of 10. It was amazing. And I like the part where they actually get Darth Vader, aka Anakin, to actually join the good side. They should be like called light side, because if they're calling the evil side dark side, then why not call the other side light side?
It is.
It is?
Yes.
That's not what I hear. I mostly hear dark side.
It's because you don't really need to name the light side, but it is referred to as the light side.
Okay, so why did they name the dark side the dark side?
Because, well, I mean, they're all, it's all not exactly true. It's not actually dark.
Okay, then what's true?
There's a whole expanded lore to Star Wars, and the Jedis and the Sith are not actually good guys versus bad guys. Yeah, the Sith have a way of being the bad guys, but a lot of Star Wars, be it the Jedi and the Sith or the Empire, it's all a matter of perspective. It's all a matter of how you look at it. Because, okay, while the Empire is bad, technically, because it was run by some bad people, the ultimate idea of the Empire was actually very good for the galaxy. When we started in episode 1, there was no government. I mean, there was correction. There was a government, but that government had no way to enforce their rules. They did not have an army. They did not have a police force. They relied on star systems to work out things between each other. If two star systems went to war, they basically... There was nothing that the Republic could do to interfere, except maybe send in Jedi. But even the Jedi, they were only supposed to keep the peace. They weren't supposed to be fighters in wars. But when Palpatine took over and brought forth his army, he actually created a militant force to help enforce the rules. To say, hey, this is our rules, this is what you're going to follow. So, and with the Empire doing that, with the Empire being that way, eventually, the reason why the troopers changed from clone troopers to stormtroopers is because over time, as the planets became accepting of the rule of the Empire, people started to willingly join up as stormtroopers. They were not all clones anymore. A lot of them became people. The Empire created jobs and stability for the entire galaxy. Now, some people didn't like it, and some people, that's why we had the rebellion. But if you really think about it, the rebellion were a group of terrorists who were going against the active government. Just because they didn't like that some of the people at the top were bad. So, it's all a matter of perspective. The Jedi, they believe in certain things, and the Sith, the bad guys, they believe in certain things, but their two ideas are opposing. They're not the same. The Jedi believe, like, how do I explain this to you? They both believe in the Force. I just had this talk the other day with someone. They both believe in the Force, and they both believe exactly the same beliefs about the Force, except the Jedi believe that they want to work with the Force. Imagine swimming in a river. The river's not going too fast, and they can float along with the river. They can move against the river. That's how they believe. They believe they are in the river, going along with whatever they need to do. The Sith, the Darths, they believe that they can control the river. They want to drink every bit of water in that river so that all the power is theirs and the river becomes them, or they devour the river. I mean, there's more of a better way. I could probably tell you that in the future when you're a little older and understand better, but roughly that's about it.
Okay, at least tell the viewers.
Huh?
Okay, just tell the viewers and I'll try to understand.
No, I put out videos and stuff. But anyways, who's your favorite character in this one?
Look, actually no, every single Ewok dies in this movie.
Are the Ewoks cuter than Grogu?
In my mind, anything was full and that has a cute face is cute.
What was your favorite scene?
This dog go boom!
Oh.
Actually, it was like when 3CPO, something like that.
C-3PO?
3CPO was like basically telling the story of the previous movie.
Oh.
Wait, that was pretty funny.
I thought you were going to say your favorite scene was when they first showed Wicket and he kept pointing the spear at Leia and she was trying to feed him and show him her helmet. Or when Luke made him think that C-3PO was really a god and made him fly. I Didn't know I had it in me. Anyways. Moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, also a 10 out of 10. This is my absolute favorite. I really do like Empire. I don't know. Something about this I really liked a bit more. Yes, I obviously was a kid that grew up with the Ewoks, so I enjoyed watching them. But I'd have to say my favorite scene is the final battle between Luke and Vader. I had a different understanding of this movie as a child, and I viewed it differently. And I don't know if anybody else has ever had this, but like, I guess because I didn't watch Empire as much as I watched Return of the Jedi, I thought when Luke cut off Vader's hand, now this is kid me thought this, but I thought that when Luke cut off Vader's hand and then he looked down at his own hand, I thought somehow magically Vader's hand got on his body. And as I grew up, I understood, oh, okay, he's thinking about the parallel between his father and himself, how he just cut off his father's robotic hand, and he also has a robotic hand, and it kind of snaps him back to reality. But yeah, that is my favorite scene, and I've already made a video in defense of how certain things in this film are possible. If you go through this channel, you'll find it. But yeah, I've always enjoyed this one the most. I've never understood the Ewok hate. And that's basically it.
Wait, people hate Ewoks?
Yeah, there was a certain generation that didn't like the Ewoks.
Why? They're so cute and adorable. And
mostly it was like the people who were already adults when Return of the Jedi came out. They thought the Ewoks were ridiculous. But alright, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. We still got 3 more films before the end of the month. So, hopefully you'll join us and get our thoughts as we start to move into the unfortunate, dreadly hated by most fans except me, Disney sequels. With that said, we will see you all in the next one.
Bye.